Very well, ladies, gentlemen, welcome back to another cast with trend following with Tyson, and let's get back to some more trend following. So, uh, beautiful things going on right now, and I got some valuable information I'd like to bring to you guys on this cast, all regarding trading. Kind of like let's link some things together here. So, we're started off awfully well in April. We're still holding on to those winners. The thing about holding these winners and cutting these losers is it sounds so simple, but if we're going through the process and we're adding winners and cutting losers, then when we get towards further down the line, we should have much winners in our hand from cutting all the losers and holding on to the winners. We're trying to end up with a handful of winners that we can hold on to, that are going to behave well and kind of let us hold and let us kind of enjoy those moves to the upside. So let me bring you guys a point really fast. So the Cavaliers win their, I know you guys are probably wondering why I have this Virginia thing up here. So the Cavaliers win their first are headed to their first national championship game ever. This just goes to show people, this means something to me, and it even factors into trading. If you keep trading a process, it doesn't matter what the naysayers say or what the so-called the gist of things have been. Things can always change if you have a winning process. So if you follow a winning process, let's keep following a winning process, and you never know where it's going to end up or where it may take you. Okay, so let's keep following out a winning process, and let's see if we can be like Virginia to be the first. Let's see if we can be the first, if we can punch our first ticket ever to the championship. And the championship, in my opinion, is the road to success, the road to freedom, financial freedom, and also freedom for your own time and to do the things that you want to do. Okay, so let's see if we can follow up the winning process, and if we can be some of the first people to punch our ticket to the our first championship. Okay, so that also relates into trading, and I think that relates to trading in a major way. So, and also, let's take a quote in from Larry Height before we jump into the trend picture. So, there are just four kind of bets. There are good bets, bad bets, bets that you win, and bets that you lose. Winning a bad bet can be the most dangerous outcome of all, because the success of that kind can encourage you to take more bad bets in the future, when the odds will be running against you. You can also lose a good bet no matter how sound the underlying proposition, but if you keep placing good bets over time, the law of averages will be working in your favor. Okay, so beautiful quote from Larry Height. So let's just keep making good bets. Let's keep following a winning process and keep making good bets. Okay, let's keep following a winning process and keep making good bets, like we just heard from another great trend follower, Larry Height. Let's jump into the trend picture. So hopefully that all makes sense. We need to make sense of, I just like to make sense of what we're doing, what we're dealing with, and like I said, a lot of times, a lot of life's analogies, quote unquote, will relay right into trading. So let's just be relentless with our process and keep following what's working. And so far we're green in a lot of these positions. We'll get to that right now. So let's start off now. The trend picture. Thank you, Larry Height, for that beautiful word of greatness. Start off with ACB making its way back up to these higher highs that we had in the chart, kind of pulled back, and you see it kind of just, you can draw a trend line here at this thing making higher highs headed to the top. So pull back down there. We'll see how that works out. Okay, ACB. So I like this thing long now with a stop below 850. ACB looking really well. AES, I just wanted to show you guys a fact about AES. Okay, so remember when the markets were really crappy, and I was saying, and I think I made a cast, I'm sure I made a cast about buying the pullback in the times that that the market was panicking, so because this would look like a buying point back then. So here's the thing. So here it is. All right, so here as the chart was showing us that the stock likes to dip and has some dips in it and pulls back. We should be buying these dips, like I was listening to Larry Tintorelli on Twitter a few days ago. We should be buying these pullbacks in the market, was what I was saying. So we were waiting for some confirmation for this thing to stop the pullback and trying to show some upside, and it would have been over this candle here. And as you see, a large breakout over that candle with this one here. All right, so AES showing us about that buy point we looked at back when the market was crumbling, and here we are. way over that, and we just marched right on top, and here we are now again at the bottom of this trend. So I like this thing for continuation to the top. You can buy that thing now and stop yourself out below 1775. AES looking really good. Don't miss that move. I'm long APPS, and this thing kind of showing some interesting behavior to the upside. I know this chart looks really crappy, and let's just remove some of the stuff. All right, we already did all that. We took a look at that. Okay, so here we are. I'm long APPS. Okay, and I was just kind of trying to see if this thing was gonna make some higher highs, and here it is. This was the level that it was. I entered this thing coming into 280 over 3 and into this area 280 and 3. Okay, so was looking at this area where price was. This was back in time. Okay, so back when price was here, kind of, and we didn't know what was going to happen. Price was kind of stuck in this area here, and as time moves forward, we broke out. Price broke out, showed a top here, came back again, and now we're way above this breakout level. Prices are sitting inside this area, and I like it for continuation. APPS. Okay, so I'm long that thing, enjoying longs on APPS. ENPH, one of the better longs in the market. Remember, I told you guys we were trading this thing way back there when it was bouncing. So kind of at the top of that thing, a lot of strength inside that semiconductor, and a lot of, when I was doing my scans, a lot of stuff from the semiconductor showing itself, and kind of making some higher highs, showing, being kind of one of those leaders inside the stocks. You guys want to know what stocks are leading and what industries are leading, this, that, and the third. Well, that semiconductor is definitely showing some stocks inside that semiconductor space behaving very well. Okay, so ENPH, as you see on the top of this thing, top right, I mean, just pure strength here, way past what we've been in the last 365, in the last 365 days. And I was showing entries. I was trading this thing, like I told you guys once before, back when this thing started to lift off, and just basing on the rounding structure here. And I was loving this rounding, and here we are, just totally just relentless, and we're gonna get ready to break into 10. This thing looks really well, so congrats on anybody long riding that ENPH. Just a beast of a stock right now. So total upside, I don't mind when I see pullbacks inside of a very bullish stock. The pullbacks, in my opinion, should be bought. So ENPH to the upside, I like it long now to get inside that move, and stop yourself out below 950. Okay, ENPH, give yourself a wide stop. Don't just whip yourself out of that thing, because that thing's looking wonderful. May have some huge upside left. FLNT kind of breaking out of this weird space here. I had some questions, like I was telling you guys last week, about how do we get inside these trends, this, that, and the third. So here's a way here we can enter another trend here, all right, without it getting away from you. So just put yourself a buy stop above 635, 630 to get outside of this breakout above 620. See, we topped here, and then we came down and then topped here again, and probably more than likely we'll break out of this and continue. Trend showing a lot of strength and continuation to the upside, breaking out with higher highs. So 9 times out of 10 in this market and what we're doing right now, we'll break out. So set yourself a buy stop, break out of this thing here over 620, how about 630, running into price. Stop yourself out below 6, but we should be holding that price, that move, that buy trigger, kind of when price triggers it to get you inside that thing and get long on FLNT. So that's another way to get long inside of a trend if it's taken off without you. Okay, DBD, I'm long this thing and kind of enjoying what we're doing there. All right, this thing broke up and had a beautiful wake, and I was telling some guys inside of my inside the Trend Followers Club, I thought that we'd get that this thing would get into 12, and we did hit 12 that week inside the week, and we just kind of pulled back. But nevertheless, this thing's really bullish. Pullback should be bought, and wait for more continuation. So this thing obviously to the upside, pullbacks here, to the upside, pullbacks. All right, all this things has pullbacks, and it breaks back to the upside. So these pullbacks are inside of a bullish structure. See these pullbacks, but we're still bullish for higher highs. So I would imagine pullbacks and be bullish for higher highs. We've already congested price to the higher high, to the upside. Looks like we're heading to the upside again for DBD to start consolidating and getting through 12. So if you want to get long on that thing, now is a perfect time, and stop yourself out below 11. Give yourself some room on that, okay? Because DBD, as you can see, does like to dip and pull, has some pullbacks, but then higher highs. GLUU looking good inside that graphic medium from last year. Kind of really surprised about all the space that this thing has just continued, just beast mode. All right, so GLUU, I like this thing long for continuation where it's at now, and Just really good stuff working on that. So you're gonna have to buy the strength in the top right. You can't always wait for a stock to pull back. So I like to buy the strength now and stop ourselves down below 1050, down below where prices were kind of had a solid support level here. Okay, so GLUU looking really good. As you can see, in 365 days, that thing's way past where it's ever been in the last 365. And here we are, perfect rounding structure, which is why I was getting long on this thing from before. All these stocks showing you this rounding structure. This is a long-term entry, in my opinion, to get inside of a big move that may be happening. Prices are denying, and they start accepting higher prices. Kind of prices really obvious in this structure, which is why I like this rounding bottom so much, because it's really obvious that we're denying lower prices and getting ready to accept higher prices. And then after, if this structure would continue, of course it would continue out in a nice fashion like ENPH. A lot of rounding structures we've seen complete very nicely if you give them time to work out. So GLUU showing you guys once again why those rounding bottoms work so damn well, and why I kind of use them as a go-to. When I see that structure starting to form, I understand that prices may be getting ready to form to the upside. Here's GLDD, kind of looks just like the last ones we just looked at, kind of rounding out to the top side there. So I like this thing. Buy that strength in the top right, stop yourself out below. Prices should be holding up around 875, around this area here. We had a nice solid support block down here, so that support block should be holding up in case we pull back through 9, and then we should hold here. So I like GLDD for continuation. GPRO GoPro looking halfway decent. Let's take a look at it. All right, there it is. You see. All right, so we had prices, of course, you see prices kind of buckled down there and here they are bouncing back to the upside. So clear reversal in price. I like when I see reversals in price, I like to take them long, and I don't like to question price. Question anything in the market, don't question price. Question these fundamentalists, question these gurus, question all these weird antics and things like that, and all these weird out left field calls. You know, question those things, but don't question price. All right, if price is showing you obvious movements to the upside, take those movements and don't question them. Okay, OMER, I like that GoPro for continuation. Take it long now and stop yourself out below 6. OMER, really good looking stuff here. So clear bottom. I remember this thing was a nice move from last year. Clear bottom here. Price, obviously, we just talked about seeing clear reversals in price. When you see a clear reversal in price, don't question it and kind of follow this 2 o'clock trajectory structure, which is like our bread and butter on this show here. So this 2 o'clock trajectory, I love it. I don't question it. I kind of take it to the upside, and I like what we're doing here on OMER. Let's see what prices do. You could buy that. Prices may pull back, as you see this thing likes to pull up and higher highs and pull back, higher highs and pull back. Beautiful stuff on OMER. A lot of upside to cover. This thing clear bottomed at 10, clear bottom at 11. Obviously, the stock kind of, you know, you can't make any gestures. You just have to follow price. Price showing you a clear gesture here that we're going to consolidate. 11 is the lowest, obviously, that this stock is willing to go. 11 was the lowest it was willing to go, and when it made 11, it kind of showed you that we were starting to head back to the upside, and clear structure there, breaking inside of this really gap down, really bad gap down in price. Now price is reversing back through the gap down. Okay, so I like OMER long. I like OMER long. Beautiful stock right there, looking good. All right, plug, had to take a look at this plug thing. All right, clear, just pure bullishness. All right, just really bullish stock right now. Like what this plug is doing, how it's looking, breaking into some higher prices. If you look at the pan out and looking at 5 years, so this thing looks good. I like it to get over prices like $3 and over 3 this space here, and then probably can really start chewing up some more of that chart. Man, looking really good there on PLUG plug. All right, at these highs, I like to buy, like I said, buy yourself a breakout to get you inside this trend. So when prices see this area, hard support, now we're obviously, it's some kind of area, right? We buckled here twice. 3 times actually we've closed in this area, so obviously this is a resistance level. So let's buy this, let's buy the breakout of this resistance level, and let's buy it at 270, 275 and stop ourselves out around 250. We should be holding price in this area here. Okay, 245, 250. You know what, give yourself some room, guys. Let's let this thing work out. All right, give yourself some room, let this stock work out. I'd say in between 230. All right, take that breakout though, get yourself inside that plug move. TEUM, I'm really considering along here, just like I'm really considering along in OMER. TEUM pulling back to this area. I like what we're doing here. Price is really bullish. Remember, I told you guys, when you see this kind of lift off and candles stacking up, heading up to the higher highs, kind of candles stacking up to the, stacking up, making that 2 o'clock trajectory, showing you some strength, showing you some uptrend. Don't question price, just take it long, okay? Quite a few winners, guys, we've had this year. And remember what I was saying about a winning process. The other thing about that winning process and being a team like Virginia is when you have a process like we've been following and we're ahead several points on a lot of stocks, of course we're going to follow, keep following them and let those points stack up. And if we're following a process that gives us big winners and we can keep little losers, obviously that's a winning process. So keep following that winning process and you might be the next Virginia. Punch your own ticket to the championship. We discussed that. All right, I like this thing long. TGNA stock kind of got a block of price. All right, this move hasn't got too far ahead of you, so I like it to kind of start knocking stuff over to the left here and get above this 15, and we may see some new 52s according to this chart right here. So we may get above 15 soon. All right. So a lot of price consolidating, a lot of buyers willing to sit inside this area. Bulls beat the bears in this area, and in some case, and kind of push this area here. So a lot of buyers willing to hold up and pushing price to the upside. So I like TGNA for long, for continuation. Good stuff there. VKTX looking like one of the better stocks on my charts right now. And I also look at VSI in the flower shop, guys, people. And we'll look at some farm stuff, okay? Some farm stuff looking very well. So VKTX obviously was a really good uptrend last year. Kind of hit these really high prices, downtrend, and we're looking at what seems to be a clear reversal in action here, guys. So clear reversal in price to the upside, and I like this thing to break out over 10. 63 over 11, kind of approaching this 200-day moving average. So I really like what we're doing here on this VKTX. I like to buy price now, and as it continues to start knocking things over to the left here, this thing could be a $20 stock soon. So I like VKTX versus the risk to reward. Here's the risk we're risking right here at the bottom, around 8, which was a solid support level. In case this thing did crap on itself, we see that this is where support was at, around $8.750. Okay, so take this thing long now, stop yourself out inside these last high support levels, 950. All right, VKTX, man, showing some really good stuff there. VSI moving forward, VKTX looking really good, guys. VSI looking just about as good as VKTX. All right, so pulling up here, uptrends, pullbacks. Obviously, we're in a clear uptrend. Price clearly reversed from this horrible downtrend. Prices have clearly reversed, and we're to the upside. So I like what we're doing here. We could double ourselves here, possibly, guys. And we're showing really bullish activity to prices on the left here. So let's keep this moving. Swing traders and trend followers looking really good as moves are fulfilling themselves. Let's let moves fulfill themselves and let our points stack up. That's how we keep these losers small and these winners big. Let these winners stack up, guys. All right, take some balls to hold these winners, but you know what? It's a big man's game. So let's keep trading. All right, FLWR, look at this flower shop thing, looking really good. Prices to the upside. This 1-800 flower company thing just looking really good. So just something for you guys to keep an eye out. Just another uptrend, kind of pulling back upside, pull back upside, pulling back. And I like this thing from previous activity in the charts. When we pull back, we show a lot of upside, and I like that kind of activity. Flower, I like it long. Now with the stop below 6 and 575. Okay, that flower looking really good. AYSY showing overbought on the scanners, but I mean, what can I say, guys? It's overbought for a reason, and I've seen stocks go overbought for some time. Okay, so clear downtrend, and we're clearly broke out of that downtrend. Just clearly broke out of this kind of consolidation period to the left. Kind of prices just to the left here, finally breaking out of this thing at the top. Man, I really like what we're doing on this stock. So let's keep that one rocking out. AYSY, beautiful stuff there. All right. CPRX, let's take a look at ZNGA. Let's take a look at VFF, and we'll go ahead and get out of here. We've looked at quite a few. Okay, all right, you guys. Remember, you guys want to be like Scary. You guys want to be like Texas Techs haven't played. They might win also, but you guys want to be like Virginia, be the first team to punch your ticket to the championship game. You want to be the, you want to break history and punch your first ticket ever to the big championship game. You got to stick with a winning process and keep grinding it out. And trading is the same thing as in basketball as anything else. Let's keep sticking to a hard-working process. Keep listening to good trend followers that have been somewhere. All right, let's keep sticking to a winning process, and we might be able to punch our own ticket to our own first championship. And the championship, like I told you guys in the beginning, is when we're financially free, correct, and we're doing things wrong and financially free, and also free in time. So time is just as free as being financial. Time is just as important. So let's keep punching. Let's keep ironing out this process, and guys, hopefully we can punch this championship ticket and be some of the first ones ever to kind of make history and go forward and keep the things that these great trend followers and great traders have did in the past alive, and kind of show up to prove that when you follow out these processes, my lord, the sky's the limit. So VFF, Village Farms, one of the better stocks looking on this market. Very, 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 very bullish. If you have missed this, I feel bad. When the breakout over 6 was a clear sign that we were very bullish, and you should have bought that. Like I showed you guys how to get inside of breakouts. And remember what I told you, big candles on resistance levels are showing breakouts. Okay, so let's do that. Let's rock that out. All right, so good trading this week. You guys protect your rear hinds, and let's keep trading the process. And we never know, man. We might be able to punch our first ticket to our first championships ever. All right, so keep trading, guys. Protect your butts. These stocks are very bullish. They're very rapid to the upside. They may get some pullbacks, but don't be such a weenie and get wibbled out on all these pullbacks. If you're getting shooken out on these pullbacks, maybe your position size is too big, but you need to let these big moves develop. Don't let them run without you, all right? Happy trend following, and I'll see you guys next week.